Well, it's been almost exactly 2 years, and finally, the pandemic is dissipating. We made our choices, we learned our lessons, and it's a new dawn. And it's a new season for the year 2022, and a new time for all of us to embrace new life, new opportunities, new abundance. And while we balance our care and genuine prayer for peace in the awareness of a world that still includes unthinkable tragedy and sorrow and even war, we also are grateful for how blessed we are. And so let us use this spring of 2022 to take everything that we've learned, clear the past, and move forward in gratitude for the freedom that we have, for the blessings of our lives, for the opportunity to come together again in community, online, and yes, in person. We are all part of the awakening world, and we all have the roles that we're playing as individuals and collectively. We are the imaginal cells finding each other to create a beautiful, incredible butterfly out of the old paradigm. So welcome to spring of 2022. Welcome to the awakening world.
We come from the same source, a powerful love force. We're coming together, stronger than ever, not divided. We come from the same source, a powerful love force. We're coming together, hear the call, you are invited. We come from the same source, a powerful love force.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Awakening World. This is our early Zoom Room show. So it's always our close friends and fans who come on in, and you know what to do, because most of you are our regulars. Let us know where you are geographically. And I see a lot of our regular friends like Eleanor and John and Leif, Mary. Welcome, everybody. We are celebrating World Unity Week, and World Unity Week is an amazing annual event kicking off the 99 Days of Peace. And it's really, tonight's like a family gathering because it's a lot of us that collaborate in different ways. And so I'm really excited to introduce, and in our early Zoom Room show, just kind of have an informal chat about what it's really like to put all these things together. And the kind of the main guy who makes World Unity Week happen is Ben Bowler. So welcome, Ben, coming all the way to us from down under.
Hi, Scott. Hi, everybody. Hi, Global Peace Tribe family. It's great to be here with you.
And then his incredible partner is, of course, Jon Ramer. And Jon's incredible partner is his beloved Sommer. And then there's Irina Morrison. And wait, there's more. There's Becky.
Yes. There you go.
So this is it. This is the team that puts it all together. And so this is kind of our closest family. What's it really like putting World Unity Week together? I'd love to hear from each of you.
Oh, well, it's what's it like, John? We're gonna show them the whole sausage factory. It's definitely it's the third year, Scott. So this is our third year, which is day one of World Unity Week, and we're also this year having the 99 Days of Peace through Unity. So World Unity Week is kicking that off on the way through to Peace Week in September. So it's a bit more of a longer time frame with what we're doing, and yet World Unity Week is still its classic 8-day format from Saturday to Saturday around the mid-year solstice. You know, the first year back in 2020 was wild. and new and fresh and exhilarating, and the world had just got shut down, and everyone was reaching out to each other, through online platforms like Zoom and the social media platforms. And World Unity Week was new and something, incredibly exhilarating. And I think, as it's evolved with so many hearts and hands and minds co-creating it, and it is a co-creative space, and we'll talk more about that across the show tonight. Is it's become, I think, it's evolved a bit. We've grown up a little bit, and it's now become something which is a bit calmer than I think, John, the first year or two, and definitely something where we're learning from the experience. And is there really any other way to learn? Well, we're learning from the experience of year zero, which is what we call what happened in 2020. I love the video, by the way, Scott, that you've got for spring 2022. I've seen it a few times now. I love the message that you've got in there and how everything changed in 2020. And I think even from this vantage point, we can look back and see a real turning that happened around the middle of the year in 2020, when the world got shut down and we all went into a very different phase. And that was a space out of which the first World Unity Week emerged. We had hundreds of co-convening global organizations from around the world. And something that's very important to us, and you'll hear John talk about it, I'm sure, is that this belongs to the commons. This is not a Unity Earth property or a signed property or anybody property. This is a platform which is literally woven by many hands and many hearts. And that's deliberate. The way that it was designed. John was insistent, I remember back in those early days of World Unity Week the first time, that anybody can present. This wasn't going to be another one of those things where you have the sages on a stage and the audience. We're flipping that on its head, and it's disruptive in that sense. It's giving everybody a platform. And that's been a very important element and essential ingredient to World Unity Week. So what's it like to make it? It's pretty hectic sometimes. And it's pretty intense. The work that Becky has done in the hub with her hub mates, you'll hear more about that. It's like a casualty ward sometimes, or a psych ward, or all combined into one online Zoom space. But it's intense. Irina, you'll hear from Irina. There are days which are unbelievably inspiring, and there are days when you look at the to-do list and you think, really, how am I going to do all of that? Why don't we have more? And we have volunteers that help out, but it is really these people you see on the screen that have birthed and created and loved World Unity Week into existence. So, Brother John, what's it like putting World Unity Week together?
It's the best thing I've ever done. This is our best work, because it's like, this is the time for the world to unite. This is not a dress rehearsal anymore, guys. I really feel like the background against which all this is happening is just serving us in an incredible way. I've never felt this responsible. And the truth is that this core team here is serving everyone else that's listening to this. This is a call to everybody. This is our time. So we use the metaphor of a scaffolding. We're evolving an infrastructure for us to connect. We're finding ways to know each other and ways to do things together like we haven't done before. We can't keep doing it like we've done it. Things won't be different unless we do things differently. So what's different here is that everyone who shows up with their gifts is invited to make them known in these different thematic groups, these we call convergence rooms. So we'll explain how this game works, but if you're still sitting out there, even if it was too late for you to submit a proposal now, we have an open space that's going to be happening on Saturday, because we want everyone's voice to be heard. And we don't want to miss the chance to think and how do we collectively work through these challenges? We are now able to hook up in ways we've never before. And you're going to see some of the most amazing and inspiring people with solutions and ideas. And that's the privilege it is to do this and to find a way to discover each other. And of course, we have a team up, and that's what Becky has done such a great job to make available. Everyone's on team up. And there is resources there to be able to learn and know how to play. You could steward a room. You could be a event host. or you're part of this, co-sponsors. We're so blessed to have so many co-conveners and sponsors to do this too. But it's a mass collaboration. It's kind of like, I feel like we're evolving into some new way of knowing each other and working together. And it starts with just love and compassion. And just authenticity is what really is fueling this. The trust. It's amazing. I mean, Summer and I, through science just an alliance. The trust we've gotten from all of these folks here makes it possible for us to do what we're doing right now, Scott, sharing and making a wave of what you're doing tonight. I mean, it's a different way of knowing each other and a different way of owning stuff. This belongs, like Ben said, to all of us. Unity Earth is a blessing. If it wasn't for Unity Earth, we would have, so many folks we've met here because of Ben and what Unity Earth represents. And that we're trying to do this bigger than any one of us, something that's really feeding all of us.
Well, I've added Summer to the spotlight. And Summer, what are some of your thoughts about this experience? And what's it like living with Jon as he puts all of this together?
Oh, I could talk for days about that, but yeah, no, I mean, it's different. It's a World Unity Week, and these large convergence events it's kind of like Jon goes into another universe when this is going on. And I mean that with such compassion and such love. And it's almost like a spiritual practice that like lands in our home for many months, actually. And I'm super, super honored to witness it, and also to participate and play a little bitty role and see the bridges from the Sign Network and people that are like, wait, so what is that all about? And just to kind of witness people's process of discovery and then unfolding and being a part of it. This is the third one, and I've seen so many extraordinary transformations of people getting more, I don't know, just like opening up and recognizing that they are truly part of a whole and truly a part of something so magnificent, and that they matter. And I witness it over and over again. And not only in these larger convergence events, but it's true. Like Ben Bowler and Unity Earth and the events that we've been a part of on sacred lands in Ethiopia and Australia, and just, I don't know, being in buses with Irina. I mean, there's so many ways that these people in this room show up in more than we see in the Zoom rooms too. I remember Becky like walking on at the Capitol. Like there were many people that have been a part of these events that like gathered in sacred spaces. So yeah, I mean, it really truly is medicine. And I just went for a drive with my mom, and I felt she was kind of like, how's it going? And hard to even explain sometimes, but those that are here in this room can articulate it and know. It's kind of like there's a way of just kind of making eye contact of like, yeah, World Unity Week. Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's beautiful. Wonderful. It's beautiful. It's inspiring.
Well, I'm going to put the spotlight on Becky and on Irina, who are the other two amazing women who make this all happen. So first of all, I've gotten to know both of you, and you're so easy to work with. You bring so much love to everything you do. So thank you. Thank you for who you are as human beings, and thank you for all that you do. And what are some of your thoughts and perspectives about this experience of World Unity Week?
You want me to go first?
Seems like, okay, go ahead, Irina.
I can see her nodding. Look, it's both challenging and incredibly rewarding. I think everything that was said so far about event growing and evolving, and us growing and evolving with the event is absolutely true. What happens behind the scene is actually our growth individually and as a team. But as we grow individually and as a team, we also expand this World Unity Week field for everyone else to come in and be welcome to experience their own growth. So yeah, we've seen some incredible things over the 3 years, and so many talents, and yeah, it's really just an amazing opportunity, and I'm always grateful, even if in those, you know, challenging moments, and when I'm pulling my hair out and thinking, why did I say yes to this yet again? It's really incredibly rewarding to be able to create this container of love, and container of unity that actually spreads around the globe.
Mm.
That's so beautiful, Irina. Oh my gosh. It's been such a joy to work with you this year. I mean, I know we've worked the last couple of years, but you and I particularly have done a lot more, had a lot more time together. And it's just, for me, World Unity Week, we create this beautiful scaffolding where we invite all people to bring forth their gifts and the things they believe, and the healing things that they're doing, and the ideas. And it's chaotic, the chaos and the order, and we're living in this space of possibility, and there's such a momentum, and it's frenzy, and it's fanatic, and it feels like a nutty professor, my poor family. And we have all of this energy around it. And the bottom line, though, to me, is about how we treat each other. And thankfully, we're such loving team that we all work together, and all of the people on Team Up, we all just hold space for each other in a way that it's a safe place to not know the answers. And sometimes, we've been working with people for a couple of months now, but then there's some people who just joined yesterday, and we want to help people join us and feel confident and not feel overwhelmed. But if they feel, uncomfortable, we have a place that we can support them in the hub, which is a dedicated Zoom room where we have Team Up volunteers who support everybody that comes through and trying to find answers, trying to find their way. In what I've experienced, World Unity Week is a labyrinth. It's not a maze, and it's a spiritual journey, and it's so affirming. And if you asked 100 different people what World Unity Week is, there would be 100 different beautiful answers, because it's such a place of celebrating the diversity of us and the unity, this one spirit that we are, but the diversity of all of us. It's really beautiful and powerful, and it's such a joy to be part of this amazing collective.
Wow. You're just feeling all of your love. It's very, very beautiful. And I'm going to bring Ben and Jon and Summer back on. I know that, Ben, you often talk about Avon Madison, who was such an incredible inspiration for this. So this might be a good moment for you or anybody to share about Avon, who she was, and how her light, the light of her love, the light of her vision, really set the stage for all of this.
Oh my goodness. Well, Avon is an enormous inspiration for so many people. I think, when she passed last October, the memorials that happened, you just got to see how many lives she touched. Somebody who is here who's known Avon a lot longer than me is Dot Maver, and it'd be great to hear from Dot to respond to that invitation. Scott, what I will say briefly is that the 99 Days of Peace Through Unity, we didn't create it, we discovered it, and I feel like it was left for us to find by who knows, but certainly Avon's got a fingerprint in there. And the powerful speech that she left us with on the last Unity Earth weekly call that she was able to attend before she transitioned animates and motivates and inspires and elucidates everything we're doing. So peace through unity is the message, and the clarity of that. You're going to hear Kristen's incredible song later during the show, Peace Through Unity, 99 Days of Peace Through Unity. This is about Avon. The one thing, Dot, that she said that really I think is so present in the field is that there's an opportunity here. We have an opportunity with the world conditions, with everything. The timing is everything, whether it's business, relationships, health. I mean, timing is everything. So there's an opportunity here that if we miss it, and it's good to acknowledge that we could miss it, because she goes on to say free will, right? So if we miss the opportunity, it won't come around again for a very long time. So we're all doing everything we can not to miss it. And Dot Maver, you're an essential part of all of that. So it'd be great to hear your reflections on Avon Madison.
Yeah, thank you, Ben. And as you say that, it is really true. And many of us who have known Avon for a long time, now from the other side of the veil, she cooperates and has been very present with so many of us and in the World Unity Week group and 99 days. So it was the early 1980s when I first met Avon, and they were just about to start the first International Day of Peace. And then, of course, she started the Peace Wave at 12 noon in all around the world, in time zones all around the world. And Avon's thing was always, from a young child, she knew she had a life purpose and a mission on this planet. And she never wavered off that for all her years. And we were very blessed, Avon and I, to work together on many projects throughout the years, and always the prevailing word was peace. Peace defined as living in right relationship with self, others, and all of life. And so when she gave that message, and Ben, you speak to it often and eloquently, when she gave that message, what she was doing was seeding the field to let us know that, yes, this particular moment in time, and really right up through 2025, is an outstanding moment astrologically, as well as we know in our hearts, because the very planets in this solar system are aligning over and over and over again in beautiful ways to encourage and support Mother Earth to take her sacred journey another step, which means all of us have to do that too. And so we don't want to miss this opportunity. And World Unity Week provides an awesome opportunity for that. And what then dropped in, and Ben, in large part thanks to you, inspired by Avon, is this idea of arcing. Avon spoke of arcing from World Unity Week through to Peace Week 2022, from September 17th to the 24th. And so it just, the penny dropped and was like, of course, 99 days of peace through unity toward a thriving world for all of life. Let's do this. Let's build community in a way that demonstrates our potential on this planet. And it's amazing what's coming together.
Kristen Hoffman just pointed out in the chat box a reminder that Avon was actually on Saturday Night Alive, which was their precursor to the Awakening World, just 2 weeks before she passed.
Wow.
And it was one of her last, I think, bigger public presentations. And it was so amazing to have her spirit infused. Now, our audience is such that we can talk about these things. Tell us about your connection with her after she has passed, if that's something you're comfortable doing, because
I would be happy to, Scott, because that my life, I sometimes I say, in here it's one thing, and then you have to live out there. But from in here, it's often quite hilarious what's going on. And I don't mean the pain and suffering, but it's just like, oh my goodness, it's very challenging to live out here.
Yeah.
So yes, when Avon passed, and I know there are a number of us, because some of us speak about it, she visited many of us to let us know she's okay and still working as a light worker. In fact, freer than ever, because for those who knew Avon, she had some real challenges those final years. And so there's a way of being with those on the other side. When we unite our hearts across distance, it's said in the Ageless Wisdom that our hearts are on loan to us for an incarnation. And the truth is there is one heart. And in Agni Yoga, it's called the cosmic magnet. But there's one universal heart. And from that heart, from one source, we all differentiate. So we all live within and beat, our pulses beat within that one heart. Well, that heart, uniting hearts across distance doesn't end when we shift our presence to the other side. We still have the capacity to stay in touch. So I find that as a reality in life. Thank you for inviting the comment.
And how does she continue? And I'll bring Ben on too. How does she continue to guide you? Because again, this is a show where we can talk about these things. We can talk about how we are guided and connected to our beloveds on the other side, especially because it's such a time of planetary transformation. So we've got 2 minutes left. Love to hear from either of you or both of you how you feel still guided by Avon.
Well, there's two ways, Scott, that I experience it. One is a little bit like Barbara Marx Hubbard. Avon left a very large number of people that are, deeply inspired by her through their friendship with her or through their mentor-mentee relationship or whatever impact that she had on their lives directly. So she lives on powerfully through a lot of people that are involved in this work. And that video that we recorded from her last presentation, it speaks to me at multi layers. I've listened to it 30 times because I play it for people when I introduce to them about the 99 Days or Peace Week. And every time there's another layer that's there, and her presence is powerful through that message. And, just her essence in the field is powerful and insistent that we continue to seize this moment. So there are a number of different ways that Avon is still connecting and connected and involved and co-creating with all of us, which is extraordinary and wonderful.
Thank you both for sharing with that. And I'm just noticing in the chat box, one of our regulars, Carol, is with us. She's coming all the way from El Salvador, and her husband passed away on Thursday. So just taking a moment of Global Peace Tribe love to acknowledge Carol and her husband and that passage. Blessings, blessings, maximum grace for you, Carol, maximum grace for your husband on his. And as we all, experience, there's the sadness for those left behind. There's also the liberation that Avon, experienced, and that your husband experiences, and that my wife experienced when she died. There is a liberation from the confines of the body, but it's also hard and sad for those of us left still in the physical plane where it's really weird. Yeah, so, all right. Thank you. We're going to wrap up the, this is the end of the early show, and we're going to get ready to start